Hello, good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Welcome to M16 Ministries. New series that we have going on here is this the Book of Enoch cover to cover. Welcome. Glad you are here. Welcome to M16. M16 stands for Mark chapter 16. Go ye into all the world, preach the gospel to every creature, laying hands on the sick, they shall recover, casting out devils, speaking in new tongues. Them that believe and is baptized shall be saved, them that believe not shall be damned. That is what M16 stands for. Thank you for being here again. This is a new series that I have been wanting to do for some time and finally able to go in and get into it. We have done one already. That was part one, where I read chapters 1 through 18 in one first Enoch, 1 through 18. That's a very good video. There's a lot of information in that video. I would suggest if you have not seen it, go watch that first before you get into this. This will be part two. We will be closing out of the first section of the book, and that is the Book of Watchers. We will be closing out, finishing out the section number 1 today of the Watchers in the Book of Enoch. Today we'll be reading chapters 19 through 36. That is the plan today. And we are good to go. Let me make sure I do have sound. And yes, we do. So we are good there. The chat is up and live. And once again, no notifications. So that's wonderful. But it is what it is. So anyway, this is what I am reading here. We are in section 1. And we'll go ahead and make this bigger. That way you can see it on whatever you may be watching. Phone, computer, TV, whatever it may be. Yeah, a little recap. We went through a lot of information in the first video here, talking about angels, fallen angels, and they came down and they slept with daughters, beautiful daughters, and then they birthed giants, and the giants started eating people. And we talked about visions, and we talked about fire and heaven and what it looked like. So it's all in that first video. Feel free to go back and watch that. So we will start in chapter 19 today. Hope everyone is staying cool. We have some very bad weather coming in. It is snowing quite a bit. And yes, so if you have to drive, please be safe. It is nasty out there. But thank God we have a house with heat. And thank God that we are able to get online and join here at M16 together and go through this book as we are reading it. All right, here we go. Chapter number 19 in the book of Enoch. And Uriel said to me, here shall stand the angels who have connected themselves with women. Their spirits, assuming many different forms, are defiling mankind and shall lead them astray into sacrificing to demons as gods. Here shall they stand till the day of great judgment, in which they shall be judged till they are made an end of. The women also of the angels who went astray shall become sirens. And I, Enoch, alone saw the vision, the ends of all things, and no man shall see as I have seen. Chapter 20, and these are the names of the holy angels who watch. Uriel, one of the holy angels who is over the world and over Tartarus. Raphael, one of the holy angels who is over the spirits of men. Raguel, one of the holy angels who takes vengeance on the world of the luminaries. Michael, one of the holy angels, to wit, he that is set over the best part of mankind and over chaos. Saraquel, one of the holy angels who was set over the spirits who sin in the spirit. Gabriel, one of the holy angels who is over paradise and the serpents and the cherubim. Ramiel, one of the holy angels whom God set over those who rise. Now, I'm curious, I want to look up because I do recognize some of these names here. I mean, obviously, we know Raphael, we know Michael, and we know Gabriel, the archangel. So I want to look up on my own time, of course, these other names and see if these other names are names that are actually in the Bible, like Uriel, Seraquel. I don't know if you may know that. Let me know in the chat if these names that we just talked about, Ramiel, are these angels that are recorded in the Holy Bible. Let me know in the chat if you know that answer. Pretty cool. Chapter 21. And I proceeded to where things were chaotic, and I saw there something horrible. I saw neither a heaven above nor a firmly founded earth, but a place chaotic and horrible. And there I saw 7 stars of the heaven bound together in it. Notice that there's that 7, number 7. Like great mountains and burning with fire. Then I said, for what sin are they bound, and on what account have they been cast in hither? Then said Uriel, one of the holy angels who was with me and was chief over them, and said, Enoch, why dost thou ask? Why art thou eager for the truth? These are the number of the stars of heaven, which have transgressed the commandment of the Lord and are bound here till 10,000 years. The time entailed by their sins are consummated. And from thence I went to another place which was still more horrible than the former. And I saw a horrible thing, a great fire there which burnt and blazed. The place was cleft as far as the abyss, being full of great descending columns of fire. Neither its extent or magnitude could I see, nor could I conjecture. Then I said, how fearful is the place, and how terrible to look upon. Then Uriel answered me, one of the holy angels who was with me, and said unto me, Enoch, why hast thou such fear and affright? And I answered, because of this fearful place, and because of the spectacle of the pain. And he said unto me, this place is the prison of the angels, and here they will be imprisoned forever. If this series is new to you, I have not read this book before. So this is kind of a reaction. Not only am I reading it, but it's kind of a reaction because I have not read this before. The other series, Bible cover to cover, of course, I've read the Bible. And so that's kind of familiar to me, but this is not. So it's very interesting, and I am very much enjoying it. Chapter 22. And thence I went to another place, and he mountain and of hard rock, and there was in it 4 hollow places, deep and wide and very smooth. How smooth are the hollow places, and deep and dark to look at? Then Raphael answered, one of the holy angels who was with me, and said unto me, these hollow places have been created for this very purpose, that the spirits of the souls of the dead should assemble therein, yea, that all the souls of the children of men should assemble here. And these places have been made to receive them till the day of their judgment, until their appointed period, till the period appointed. Till the great judgment comes upon them, I saw the spirit of a dead man making suit, and his voice went forth to heaven and made suit. And I asked Raphael the angel who was with me, and I said unto him, this spirit which maketh suit, whose is it? Whose voice goeth forth and maketh suit to heaven? And he answered me, saying, this is the spirit which went forth from Abel, whom his brother Cain slew. And he makes his suit against him until his seed is destroyed from the face of the earth, and his seed is annihilated from amongst the seed of men. So obviously we all know the story of Cain and Abel. And we know that Cain killed Abel, and that is absolutely in the Bible, so that he's mentioning that here. Then I asked regarding it, and regarding all the hollow places, why is one separated from the other? And he answered me and said unto me, these 3 have been made that the spirits of the dead might be separated. And such a division has been made for the spirits of the righteous, in which there is the bright spring of water. And such has been made for sinners when they die and are buried in the earth, and judgment has not been executed on them in their lifetime. Here their spirits shall be set apart in this great pain till the great day of judgment, and punishment and torment of those who curse forever, and retribution for their spirits. There he shall bind them forever, and such a division has been made for the spirits of those who make their suit, who make disclosures concerning their destruction, when they were slain in the days of the sinners. Such has been made for the spirits of men who were not righteous, but sinners, who were complete in transgression, and of the transgressors they shall be companions. But their spirits shall not be slain in the day of judgment, nor shall they be raised from thence. The I blessed the Lord of glory, and said, Blessed be my Lord, the Lord of righteousness, who ruleth forever. All righty, before we get into 23, let me know how you're doing, where you're watching from. Appreciate you being here. Don't know what happened, why that disconnected, but that figures. Give me 1 second here. Let me check, make sure that we are good and live. I do not know why YouTube does not send the notifications sometimes. I just don't get it. I don't understand. So yes, we are live. We are good. So that is good. Put in the chat. Let me know how you're doing. Appreciate you being here. Do me a favor, share this for me. Share this video, gets the word out, helps with the algorithms and help gets the word out to more people. Share it, like it, subscribe, whatever. Whether you're watching from Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, I am currently streaming to all 3 of those right now, as long as everything is going well, which I guess it is. So, yes, thank you again. Appreciate that very much. Chapter 20, number 23. From thence I went to another place to the west of the ends of the earth, and I saw a burning fire, which ran without resting, and paused not from its course day or night, but ran regularly. And I asked, saying, What is this which rests not? Then Raphael, one of the holy angels who was with me, answered me and said unto me, This course of fire which thou hast seen is the fire in the west, which persecutes all the luminaries of heaven. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to look right now and see if it is in here. Looks like there's one instance. Numbers 10:29. And Moses said unto Hobab, the son of Raphael the Midianite, Moses' father-in-law, we are journeying unto the place of which the Lord said, I will give it to you. Come thou with us, and we will do thee good, for the Lord hath spoken good concerning Israel. So that name is in the King James Bible. It doesn't mention here in this verse that he was an angel. So that is interesting. What about, let's do one more, just real quick. Let's look here at this one. Four instances. First Chronicles, Second Chronicles, First Chronicles, First Chronicles. Your earliest son, daughter. So it looks like it does not mention that he was an angel. He or she, whatever, whichever one. Yeah, your earliest son. So that's pretty cool. All right. 24, chapter 24. And from thence I went to another place of the earth, and he showed me a mountain range of fire which burnt day and night. And I went beyond it and saw 7 magnificent mountains, all differing each from the other. And there's that 7 again. And the stones thereof were magnificent and beautiful, magnificent as a whole, of glorious appearance and fair exterior. 3 towards the east, one founded on the other, and 3 towards the south, one upon the other, in deep, rough ravines, no one of which joined with any other. And the 7th mountain was in the midst of these, and it excelled them in height, resembling the seat of a throne. And fragrant trees encircled the throne, and amongst them was a tree such as I had never yet smelt. Neither was any amongst them, nor were others like it. Excuse me. It had a fragrance beyond all fragrance, and its leaves and blooms and wood wither not forever. And its fruit is beautiful, and its fruit resembles the dates of a palm, Then I said, how beautiful is this tree and fragrant, and its leaves are fair, and its blooms very delightful in appearance. Then answered Michael, one of the holy and honored angels, who was with me and was their leader. Chapter 25, Book of Enoch. And he said unto me, Enoch, why dost thou ask me regarding the fragrance of the tree? And why dost thou wish to learn the truth? Then I answered him, saying, I wish to know about everything, but especially about this tree. And he answered, saying, this high mountain which thou hast seen, whose summit is like the throne of God, in his throne, where the holy great one, the Lord of glory, the eternal King, will sit, when he shall come down to visit the earth with goodness. And as for this fragrant tree, no mortal is permitted to touch it till the great judgment, when he shall take vengeance on all and bring everything to its consummation forever. It shall then be given to the righteous and holy. Its fruit shall be for food to the elect. It shall be transplanted to the holy place, to the temple of the Lord, the eternal King. Then shall they rejoice with joy and be glad, and into the holy place shall they enter, and its fragrance shall be in their bones, and they shall live a long life on earth, such as thy fathers lived. And in their days shall no sorrow or plague or torment or calamity touch them. Then blessed I the God of glory, the eternal King, who hath prepared such things for the righteous, hath created them and promised to give to them. Chapter 26. And I went from thence to the middle of the earth, and I saw a blessed place in which there were trees with branches abiding and blooming of a dismembered tree. There I saw a holy mountain, and underneath the mountain to the east there was a stream, and it flowed towards the south. And I saw towards the east another mountain higher than this, and between them a deep and narrow ravine. In it also ran a stream underneath the mountain, and to the west thereof there was another mountain, lower than the former and of a small elevation, and a ravine deep and dry between them. And another deep and dry ravine was at the extremities of the three mountains. And all the ravines were deep and narrow, being formed of hard rock, and trees were not planted upon them. And I marveled at the rocks, and I marveled at the ravine, yea, I marveled very much. Yes, yes, yes. Chapter 27. Then said I, for what object is this blessed land, which is entirely filled with trees, in this accursed valley between? Then Uriel, one of the holy angels who was with me, answered and said, this accursed valley is for those who are accursed forever. Here shall all the accursed be gathered together, who utter with their lips against the Lord unseemly words, and of his glory speak hard things. Here shall they be gathered together, and here shall their place of judgment. In the last days there shall be upon them the spectacle of righteous judgment, in the presence of the righteous forever. Here shall the merciful bless the Lord of glory, the eternal King, in the days of judgment over the former. They shall bless him for the mercy in accordance with which he has assigned them their lot. Then I blessed the Lord of glory, and set forth his glory, and lauded him gloriously. Chapter 28. And thence I went towards the east into the midst of the mountain range of the desert, and I saw a wilderness, and it was solitary, full of trees and plants, and water gushed from forth above, rushing like a copious watercourse, which flowed towards the northwest. It caused clouds and dew to ascend on every side. So I'm curious on what you guys think about this book. What do you think? I see a lot of talk about trees. That's one thing I've noticed. Even in the first chapters 1 through 18, they talked about trees. We're talking about trees now. That's very interesting. Let me know in the chat or comment section, wherever you're watching from, what do you think about this book so far? We are almost complete the first section, the Book of Watchers, which is 1 Enoch 1 through 36. And it's very interesting to me. As I said, I've never read this before, so if this is new to you, it's new to me also. I thank the Lord for that. Let me know in the chat. Chapter 29. And thence I went to another place in the desert and approached to the east of this mountain range, and there I saw aromatic trees exhaling the fragrance of frankincense and myrrh, and the trees also were similar to the almond tree. See more trees. Chapter 30. And beyond these I went afar to the east, and I saw another place, a valley full of water, and therein there was a tree, the color of fragrant trees, such as the mastic. And on the sides of the valleys I saw fragrant cinnamon, and beyond these I proceeded to the east. Chapter 31. And I saw other mountains, and amongst them were groves of trees, and there flowed forth from them nectar, which is named Serara and Galbanum. And beyond these mountains I saw another mountain to the east of the ends of the earth, whereon were aloe trees, and all the trees were full of stacked, being like almond trees, and when one burnt it, it smelt sweeter than any fragrant odor. So again, we're still talking about trees, and that has to mean something. What I realize that if something is talked about like it is here, then the trees has to stand for something. So if you know the answer to that, let me know in the chat. What does the trees signify here in this book? Chapter 32. And after these fragrant odors, as I looked towards the north over the mountains, I saw 7 mountains full of choice nard and fragrant trees and cinnamon and pepper. I like pepper. And thence I went over the summits of all these mountains far toward the east of the earth, and passed above the Erythraean Sea, and went far from it, and passed over the angel Zatiel. And I came to garden of righteousness, and I from afar off trees more numerous than I these trees, and great 2 trees there, very great, beautiful and glorious, magnificent, and the tree of knowledge, whose holy fruit they eat and know great wisdom. That tree is in height like the fir, and its leaves are like those of the carob tree, and its fruit is like the clusters of the vine, very beautiful, and the fragrance of the tree penetrates afar. Then I said, how beautiful is the tree, how attractive is its look. Then Raphael, the holy angel who was with me, answered me and said, this is the tree of wisdom, of which thy father old in years and thy aged mother, who were before thee, have eaten, and they learnt wisdom, and their eyes were opened, and they knew that they were naked, and they were driven out of the garden. So what's he talking about there? Let me know in the chat what he's talking about right there. Chapter 33. And from thence I went to the ends of the earth, and saw the great beasts, and each differed from the other, and I saw birds, also differing in appearance and beauty and voice, the one differing from the other. And to the east of those beasts I saw the ends of the earth, whereon the heaven rests, and the portals of the heaven open. And I saw how the stars of heaven came forth, and I counted the portals out of which they proceed, and wrote down all their outlets of each individual star by itself, according to their number and their names, their courses and their positions and their times and their months, as Uriel, the holy angel who was with me, showed me. He showed all things to me and wrote them down for me. Also their names he wrote for me, and their laws and their companies. So cool. Chapter 34. These are short too. And from thence I went towards the north to the ends of the earth, and there I saw a great and glorious device at the ends of the whole earth. And here I saw 3 portals of heaven open in the heaven. Through each of them proceed north winds. When they blow, there is cold, hail, frost, snow, dew, and rain. And out of one portal they blow for good, but when they blow through the other 2 portals, it is with violence and affliction on the earth, and they blow with violence. That's interesting. The first one there When they blow, there is cold, hail, frost, snow, dew, and rain. That's what I'm thinking about today with this weather we're having. We got the cold, we got the frost, we got the snow, and yes. Chapter 35. And from thence I went towards the west to the ends of the earth, and saw there 3 portals of the heaven open, such as I had seen in the east, the same number of portals and the same number of outlets. So he's talking about portals here. Chapter 36. And from thence I went to the south to the ends of the earth, and saw there 3 open portals of the heaven, and thence there came dew, rain, and wind. And from thence I went to the east to the ends of the heaven, and saw here the 3 eastern portals of heaven open, and small portals above them. Through each of these small portals pass the stars of heaven, and run their course to the west on the path which is shown to them. And as often as I saw, I blessed always the Lord of glory. And I continued to bless the Lord of glory, who has wrought great and glorious wonders to show the greatness of his work to the angels and to spirits and to men, that they might praise his work and all his creation, that they might see the work of his might and praise the great work of his hands and bless him forever. All right, that is the end of section 1. And section 1 is the Book of Watchers. That is First Enoch, chapters 1 through 36. A lot of talk about trees in this second part 2. But we've talked about a lot of different things in this whole section 1. Very, very interesting, very cool. See a lot of what's the word? References of the Bible. We talked about Adam and Eve in there, Cain and Abel, Noah, the flood. Talked about that. I mean, talked about all those in this first part. So it's very cool. Man, that was a short one. 30 minutes. Not even 30 minutes. So basically what I'm doing here is I'm taking each section so you know for future. So that was section 1 of this, what I'm using here to read. So you see that section 1, and then section 2 here is we are going to the book of parables of Enoch. And section 3, or section 3 is astronomical book, also known as the heavenly luminaries. And section 4 is the book of dreams and visions, also known as book of dreams. And the 5th one is the epistle of Enoch. So that is the sections that we are doing. And what I have done, at least for this part, is I made it 2 parts for section 1. I just split them in half, basically. And I'll probably do the same for this book, this section here, section 2. But there is, it's chapter 37 through 71. So yeah, I imagine I'll probably do that the same way. I'll just put it into 2 parts. Because to read all that in one, it'd be a long video, and I'd like to keep them around an hour if possible. So yeah, I'll split that into 2s. That looks like it's a lot longer. So that's the plan. So section 1 complete. That was the book of Watchers. And very cool, very interesting. We will get into section 2, book of parables of Enoch, or the similitudes. We will get into that next time. And that will be part 3 and part 4. So basically the sections, there'll probably be 10 videos in this series, the book of Enoch, cover to cover. The first Enoch, that's what we're reading here. 1 Enoch. Understand there's 2 Enoch and 3 Enoch, but this series is based on 1 Enoch. So that's what we're doing. And it's exciting. I like it. It's something new. It's different, and it's cool. I got another series in the works planned, and I will get into that after I get done with this series. I'll go ahead and mention it since we have some time. You've heard it said that Jesus Christ is in every book of the Bible. You may have heard that, you may not have heard that. But all 66 books of the Bible, Jesus is mentioned under different names and everything like that, but he is mentioned in every single book of the Bible, so that is going to be the next series. I will be doing studies on that, so there will be 66 videos in that series because of every single book of the Bible, starting with Genesis all the way to Revelation. I'm going to show and speak on and teach about where Jesus is in that book. So I'm excited for that one. I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be a really good one. It's going to be more teaching because here online I do a lot of teaching. I do a lot of reading, obviously. I do a little preaching. I have deliverance, live deliverances. I have Bible studies and sermons and revival services and deliverance and all that. It's all on the page on YouTube. You can go and look. They're all in playlists, street preaching, my sermons from when I was a pastor, assistant pastor, and they're all on there. It's all good stuff, so you can go check that out. But that will conclude today's video, part 2 of the book of Enoch, cover to cover, and that concludes the book of Watchers in this part 2 of the series. So I do thank you for joining. I appreciate everybody being here and joining for this series. Please share it, get the word out, and appreciate that very much. And with that being said, I will go ahead and pray. Lord Jesus, I thank you for the word that we have gone over today. It's very interesting and cool to see the stories that are being talked about here that are talking about the Bible. As I said, we talked about Cain and Abel, and we've talked about Moses or Noah and the flood, and Cain and Abel and Adam and Eve. And it's really cool. I'm thankful on this snowy day that we're kind of on lockdown, I guess you could say. Not everybody, but a lot of people are. They just don't want to be out on the roads in this weather that we have going on. And I'm thankful that we're able to get on live and we can come together and just go over this. So that's a blessing, and I thank you so much for that. Please keep everybody safe if they do have to drive or have to go out. And thank you for that. Thank you for all you've done, Lord, and all your blessings. In Jesus' mighty name. Amen. Amen. All righty, that's it. Part 2 is done. It was a short one, but very informative. And again, let me know. There's a lot of talk about trees in there. So if you know why that is, let me know. Put it in the comments. Put it in the chat wherever you're watching, Facebook, YouTube, Rumble. And everybody have a wonderful day, and I will see you on the next one. Stay warm, everyone. In Jesus' mighty name.